and welcome to FCTV's Poetic License, July 2023. This is a virtual, this is not a virtual, this is a real open mic here in the beautiful FCTV studio on Dillingham Avenue, where we share live original poetry, music, prose, acoustic music, and sometimes even comedy. We are definitely live tonight, and it feels so good to be returning to the studio here. My name is Donna Scheer, and tonight's suggested theme is sunshine. And we've had a lot of that, haven't we? We're celebrating FCTV's 30th anniversary all the livelong year. If you're curious about what FCTV is all about, I encourage you to go online to the website at www.fctv.org. You can you find out the different courses that they have and all the different ways that FCTV interacts with the community, the education system, our town government, and all the courses. If you only go on for the courses to see what's available, you'll be amazed. Especially, I was on there today just rummaging around and noticed that orientation is on once a month for an hour. And if you come to the orientation, you'll find out all about the things that you can do behind the camera, in front of the camera, and also different things that you can watch. One way to support FCTV and everything that they do here is by becoming a member. A wonderful family member of the FCTV family is still only $30 per year. There's a long list. Oh, here's my card. This is brand new, hot off the presses. I've been a member for a number of years, but I just got my new membership card in the mail. And on the back, it lists all the businesses in town that will give you a discount if you show your card. And isn't that a nice thing to do? Falmouth is nice. All right, performers, I'm so glad to see your dear and darling faces here tonight. Here you are, ready and willing to perform and share your talents. There's a 4-minute time limit. I'll introduce you, but please repeat your name before you begin your performance. So I'm going to start us off with a sun poem. And this is my favorite time of the day in the summertime is dawn. Because when I get up and I go outside and it's just, you know, how beautiful it is, first of all, but it's not hot, it's not humid yet. It's glorious to go outside when it's still so beautiful. So this is from a walk I took. It's called Dawn Walk. Broken in half, a lemon cookie moon gleams through the gray. One bright crumb, Venus, has fallen sidewise. I pause my steps, hum with the bush birds whose song pours gold joy into the day. Nearby, in his camouflage coat, a squirrel hunts through the dusty underbrush, and a solitary rabbit eyes on the firs, ears a-tremble. I watch creatures do what they do. But when I blink, they vanish. The outline of a coyote emerges, backdropped by dawn's first blush. Fur pricked with pearl, kohl-rimmed eyes in a yellow squint, ears alert. Satisfied that all is as it is, the scruffy king turns and also disappears. But what about me? Morning mortal with eyes wide, I yearn to be exactly who I am, to take and tuck each moment, the light and trill, twitch and tremble into my heart. Then halo bright, rise up with the sun. Thank you. And our first friend is Morgaihne Huntress. She's here with Belle. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name's Morgaihne Huntress, and here's my take on sunshine. 2 different pieces. Tendrils of light tickle my toes, sending its warmth up to my nose. Most would enjoy this little dance. Heat intolerance doesn't give me the chance. As soon as the heat is skin absorbed, my epidermis burns, or the pain, my good Lord. It feels like a day smoldered by sun, that feverish awful none think is fun. My vision is challenged, throbbing and blurred, outsiders oblivious to the changes incurred. I try to enjoy this burning bright ball, this sun, our light orb, warming our soul. But it overheats me like a burnt egg, impacting functions from head down to leg. This fire-filled incubus to me a drag, something to avoid, not to repeg. Yet, for most of you, 'tis a thing to pursue. I yearned for experience like a trip to the zoo. Some swear fake sun makes them feel less blue, and it might do. There are some here, though, who are different from you. They mightn't like bright, they mightn't like heat. This might be invisible when you first meet. Please ponder this, loves, as you go down the street. Whilst the beautiful sun can bring lots to enjoy, it can also cause pain or simply annoy. Summer's bright sun isn't for everyone. I hope you recall this as you bask in its fun. The sun shone today when your life slipped away, its toasty light warming the waves in the bay. I sat in the car, anguish in my jaw, fallen tears mar my cheeks, happiness far. Your life now undone, left not two but one grieving soul like me. It's not fun reflecting on you, the pain you lived through. This merciful exit was better for you. Stuck in a box, exposed to the pox, constantly hearing loud beeps and clocks. That isn't life, that is pure strife. That might push one to using a knife. Perhaps then I'm glad, though now I feel sad. You avoided more torture, kept the life that you had. I pray you are well, now your body's a shell. You're already missed, love, I don't know. Can you tell? I hope that one day we'll meet again and I'll say, the sun shone today. I love you. This I pray. you.
Thank you, Morgaihne. What a lovely voice. And I noticed that the lullaby you sang in the second one was putting Belle to sleep. That's very convenient. Thank you, darling. All right, next up, do you got your guitar out? All right, this is Gothbro, everybody.
All right. So I'm going to do a song that I wrote with the band many, many years ago. And hopefully maybe, so what might happen is it'll go over the airwaves, right? Maybe. And then maybe the band will hear it and they'll remember how cool it was and we'll get back together. I don't know. Here it is. It's called Stay Out Late. So I wrote it with the guys. So it's an original, but it's the guys are everywhere around. They're all spread around. This is for you guys, everyone. Okay.
Always with the way, always with the scheme. Maybe with the blade, you can find me on the scene. I've been in the haze, people trying to change my ways. Rice and beans, life is just a dream. She was wild and free, so punk rock, so pretty. She's still fun, we stay high. Let's hang out and stay out late tonight. You don't know why I stay out late, but that's alright. You don't know why I stay out late, but that's alright. Sing, let the music move your feet. Up all night, out all day. It's alright, you know everything's okay. You don't know why I stay out late, but that's alright. You don't know why I stay out late, but that's alright. You don't know why I stay out late. That's alright. You don't know why I stay out late. But that's alright. You don't know why I stay out late. But that's alright. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. And if there are any band members out in the audience, on the TV screen that you just saw. You heard that call, right? You're all going to get the band back together, right? And Sean, why do you stay out late at night? Tell me after, okay?
Open-ended. Sometimes the artist doesn't always know the meaning of the art. You know what I mean? You make the art and then try to learn from it. It's a question.
It's a good question.
I don't know why I stay out later. That's why you don't know. Something like that.
Okay. Tell me next time. All right, John Jackson, get ready to hoot and holler. Hoot and holler.
Sometimes the artist doesn't know the meaning of the art. I think I'm going to keep that one. Yeah. Thank you. We're recording in studio live, which means, of course, I had to drive to share in some miles, about 100 miles, with my friends on Route 495. Now, considering what has come before me on this show, this next piece, a friend of ours said, you know, that would go to a tune, Sylvia said. So, a low-quality air about low-quality air. Held hostage by COVID, the start of the joke. Now COVID seems over, held hostage by smoke. When the smoke is clearing with Canadian rain, we may well be hostage to COVID again. My name is John Jackson, and my usual gig is limericks of protest. So let's take a quick look at the highlights or the lowlights of last month's news. The court would move the country retro. My friends LGBTQ, etc. I know this seems crappy, but they think you'd be happy living cisgendered and hetero. For July 4th. Betsy Ross's red, white, and blue quilt represents how our nation was built. All of that piecework, we cannot make piecework. The promise has not been fulfilled. They floated the phrase Bidenomics, reminiscent of the old Reaganomics. Neither one sounds much fun. Try this off your tongue. The fun but unused Obamonomics. Ukraine can't join NATO before they finished their untidy war. NATO doesn't care to provoke the bear, but I thought that's what NATO was for. Trump wants a trial delay, complaining. By December, he'll be busy campaigning. And later, meanwhile, he'll be in New York on trial and possibly Georgia arraigning. Unionized actors, SAG-AFTRA, drama for tears and sitcoms for laughter. With writers, we expect they want more respect, but more money is what they are after. Love of First Amendment, unimpeachable, but some moments are not free speechable. Self-incrimination and violence, the Fifth promotes silence. Old dog, some tricks are not teachable. Florida school children are told the enslaved were taught skills good as gold. They'd like to make slavery sound much more savory, as if they'd be better off sold. Elon Musk, as you may already have heard, wants to rebrand Twitter. Absurd. He'll find the effects of renaming it X. His ex-users will give him the bird. New to Barbie? Well, here's a primer. A well-dressed plastic social climber. She has ditched Ken to start over again since her big first date with Oppenheimer. I posted this on a poetry forum on Facebook, and some people had exceptions to my pronunciation of a particular word. Microphone. Talk towards the microphone. Sorry. So, some people pronounce the word primer, and others will say it as primer. One way appeals to the rhymer, and the other is less pleasant and grimmer. A president's son who did coke, skipped taxes, had a gun, and he spoke. The way this one's built, he was going to plead guilty 4 years ago. That would be the joke. And a public apology. My wife remembers, and she's probably right. I was supposed to call her, say goodnight. So I wake up before work to find out I'm a jerk. Will she forgive me? I think that she might. Thank you.
All right, always on topic, John. Always on topic.
You say on topic, but I didn't write a single thing about sunshine. I'm sorry.
On top of some sunshine.
You got it.
Okay, you get the beginning, you get the first line. I like the SAG one. I miss Stephen Colbert dearly. And I love the Barbie one, too. That was great. Thank you for your limericks. Elaine Robinson, my dear, good to see you back.
Back again. I'm Elaine Robinson. I have 3 poems, each different. The theme is sunshine. When I hear that theme, for some reason, I think of sunshine coming from the earth. So my first poem is Buttercups and Dandelions. Buttercups and dandelions, call me to the newness of a late spring. The rain ceases, my mood lifts, as a bunny nibbles a blade of grass. The natural world calls me forth as I walk, taking in the smell of clean, fresh after rain. A robin hops along, seeking a meal. Squirrels dart back and forth. Clouds part as the sun peeks through, while smiling buttercups and dandelions welcome me to the Creator's domain. Okay, we are going through a lot of stuff, our planet right now. There's a lot of things with climate change, and we heard, wildfires being mentioned, which are going on, unfortunately. And a few years back, California suffered some wildfires, and this next poem is about a heroic dog. You might be familiar with this story. It's a true story. It's Odin and the Goats. It's just a job. Apathy rules. So I meander through my work, collecting my pay. Shepherd or hired hand? I am the hired hand, waiting for dollars to buy the essentials. Odin is a shepherd. He takes care of his goats. Despite raging wildfires, he remains with his flock. His human family leaves in sadness. But upon return, there's Odin, his goats, and a group of wayward deer. Odin has a calling. He follows without question. His whiskers are singed, but his flock is safe. I now go to work with a canine's loyalty. God expects my best, the day is fulfilling, as I think of a huge dog, a group of goats, wayward deer, all together against the odds. Okay, true tale. Okay, Great Pyrenees. Okay, family was devastated. They had to leave, came back, and there's Odin, the goats, and some deer. So, all right. Third poem is the realm of fantasy, one of my favorite subjects. This is The Fox and the Fairy. Her wings plucked, in sorrow she hangs her head. His soft red coat brushes against her tearful face. She may be alone, but the fox remains by her side. He needs her wisdom and inner strength. The forest can be harsh as she rides on his soft velvet back. The wingless fairy sings delicate melodies, soothing the soul of a seeker. Together they share life side by side, soulmates in a world of conflict. Her tears dried, his acceptance of a lady now flightless, yet when she rides upon the fox, freedom and flight can be swift and powerful, through the brush and trees of their world of fantasy. So that's it. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. 3 winners there. Last month it was mermaids, but I really like the wingless fairy. Beautiful image with the writing on the fox. Thank you. All right, Patricia Austin. One of my good virtual friends.
Virtually, that's about all we are. Okay, this is clearly too high, huh? How's that? Well, my name's Patricia Austin, and the theme of sunshine, coming from soaring to sunshine, that's wonderful. All right. How much simpler our life to wake up and see the sun shining brightly and birds in the tree when we didn't know all that we think we now know, although we know nothing, but that we don't know. Is the sun going to burn us because there's no ozone? Are the birds little dinosaurs who've evolved and now flown? Our time was enjoyable. We believed in our life, our focus on childhood, on laughter and light. What has happened to us and why? Do you think we dare ask? Or should we all just get busier 'cause we're not up to the task? Light. The first sign of the covenant of God in the Bible is in Genesis, the Noah story. It's the rainbow, an arc of light appearing in the sky opposite the sun, a spectrum of all the colors in creation, all the colors in existence, light reflected, light refracted, light divided into diversity, proof of no beginning and no end. From the beginning that has no beginning, through diversity, to the end that is no end. One light. For where does one color start and the next begin? Where does the day start and the night begin? So what is light? According to the dictionary, light is an electromagnetic radiation visible to the human eye. According to St. Paul in his letter to the Ephesians, anything that becomes visible is light. If we are light, why then do we choose to walk in darkness? In the Gospel of John, the apostle says, quote, "Those who walk in darkness see not where they are going," unquote. Nor does it seem that we see where we have been. And perhaps most importantly, we cannot see where we are. For all around us is light, created into Jesus said, I am the light. The prophet founder of the Baha'i faith, Baha'u'llah, said, his proofs and testimonies are shining forth and manifest as the light. And I have one more, and it's very timely from my point of view, and I'm going to recite it, but it's kind of anticlimactic at this moment, which, I'm sad to say, because it really shouldn't be. We've had one heck of a couple of weeks, and it's been very warm, as I know everybody has experienced. But down south and in the southwest, it's been ridiculous. It's been unlivable. It's been unfair. It's been awful. It's been 119 in Arizona, day after day after day, going into the 20s, et cetera. It's been 110 plus in Florida and in Texas. And a law was just passed in Texas which says that people who work in the field, they can't stop for water or a shade break. That's now against the law. It's been signed into Texas law by Governor Greg Abbott. I kind of forget his name, but anyway, there are stories where every day there are workers dying in the fields because they are too hot. They're dying of the heat. And in fact, there was a story that touched me so much. And it's not part of my poem, but I think I have to say it and make sure everybody heard it. There was a gentleman working, a migrant worker in the field, and he was told to take a break because he obviously was compromised. And he said no. He said, I'm afraid I will lose my job. And I cannot lose my job. For my family, for myself, I cannot lose my job. I'm afraid I will lose my job. And he did lose his job. He lost his job because he dropped dead in the field. So that's just something we have to start being aware of everywhere. It's happening in the world. Temperature is a very interesting thing. A lot of things stop happening with temperature, and it's not something we've ever really had to reckon with. So my poem is called Point of Fact and Food for Thought. The mystical process of photosynthesis, which takes place in the plant kingdom, a kingdom made of flowers and trees, brambles and weeds, forests and jungles, plankton and seaweed, grasses and wetlands, backyards and farmlands. Utilizing the electromagnetic radiation, known as light, to transform water and carbon dioxide into sustenance, nourishment, glucose, food for the world of vegetation, while simultaneously extruding, exuding, expelling oxygen into the air for the survival of the animal kingdom, the kingdom animalia in all its regalia, multicellular, without chlorophyll, chirpy little furry creatures, birds that sing and colonize as wildlife, and civilized in congregate communities of human tribes and villages, eventually of nation states, creatures that breathe and share the air, supplied by photosynthetic power. Stops at 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, because it is an enzyme-driven process, and enzymes at high temperatures cease to function. Thank you.
Patricia, you often ask the big questions, and what is light has got to be one of the big ones. But I have to tell you, getting down to the minutia, that first poem, there was an image you left us with. Are the birds today's dinosaurs, or will they be today's dinosaurs? And that made the poem so poignant. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, so good to see your sweet face. Liza Kantor, I'm glad you're back.
Okay, if I move this. I like being in the company of shorter women. So I'm Liza Kantor. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. When my daughters were little, that song was part of our nighttime routine. It was funny because long before I had the privilege of becoming a mother later in my 30s, I knew about myself when I was 8 and 12 and 17 and 24 that I was in some strange way already a mother. And as life progressed for me, and I had different sorts of relationships, friendships and family and lovers and work relationships, I figured out that mother was not an identity. It actually wasn't even a noun. It was a verb. I just loved mothering. If I was your mama, I'd want to hold you just right, feeling my way into how it is to be you. If I was your mama, I'd loan your soul my eyes, reflecting the best bits of you, even when you're at your worst. If I was your mama, I'd expect good behavior, respect. If I was your mama, I'd want to be in the complicated stuff with you, the unthinkable, the unsolvable, the unfeelable whole stew of it. If I was your mama, I'd have space and time for you even when my mind was busy, my heart was heavy, and my body ached. If I was your mama, I'd tell it like it is. Life ain't easy. I'm not gonna pretend. So just find good friends to take the ride with and be real. No bullshit, no faking it, no trying to be somebody just because you think that's what somebody else is gonna love. Ride out the hard stuff with a small boat full of humans like you, complicated and messy, with huge hearts, generous eyes, deep souls, and wise minds. If I was your mama, I'd tell you the antidote to your woes, just get in the boat and row with those who know the ocean runs deep. Deep. Far below where fishermen fish, beyond what painters can know. My child, there is no above and below, no line that divides your life, your world. Just a whole cosmic show that unfolds with each dare that you take. My love, stay awake. If I was your mama, I really, really wouldn't want to be mortal. I'd want to live out the whole of your life. But if I was your mama, it'd only be for a time, and then tag, you're it. We are all it. We are the mamas who hold souls, so don't be sold out. Don't sidestep it. Be it. I am your mama. I am your mama. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. If you were my mama, I'd be really happy. And I'm sure you make your children happy too. We're Facebook friends. It's always nice to have a secondary level of understanding when you meet people. And You Are My Sunshine is one of my favorite songs that I used to teach my kindergartners every year with sign language, so can't help myself. How did we know that? Wayne Stuke, it's the first time we've met face to face, live, up close and personal. Okay. Please come up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Since my song is so short, I can say a few things about it. First of all, this is a unique thing for me to do. I've been playing guitar down at Shivricks for the last 8 weeks and playing other people's songs, and of course you can't do this down there. You have to put them in your head, and it took me years to get the guts to do that. Out of 400 songs I played, I think I only knew how to memorize 50, so I've played 20 now at Shivricks, and I'm halfway through what I know how to do. Anyway, the history of this song was last Tuesday, day before playing at Shivricks, and I thought, I don't know what the thing is, what the title is. So I had to wait to go to Shivricks, and my friend back there in the last row said, "It's sun or sunshine, sun or sunshine." I said, "Okay." So the next morning I come home and I figured sun or sunshine. You Are My Sunshine. No, that's plagiarism. Okay, let's see. Here Comes the Sun. No, that's plagiarism, George Harrison. Okay, what am I gonna? Oh, geez, I don't know what to say. So I'll just play the song, and the words will come to me, I guess, you know. And 2 hours later, last Wednesday, I had a song in just a couple hours, and that never happens. So I thought, great. Still didn't have a title. So I just played it, and I figure maybe the title will come when I get done with the lines that I write. Okay, so here goes. I won't say what the title is until it's over with. I hope I'm doing this okay. Can you hear me? Okay, I don't think that this.
No, for your guitar.
I don't think so. I have an amp on the back of the guitar.
Yeah, oh yeah, we need to get a little better signal.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. Maybe that'll work for you?
sure, that'll be fine. Yeah, can you hear me? So?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, thanks. I wake up some mornings and nothing's going my way. I trip and fall on my injured knee, running down the bay. The rain pours down, I run to the truck, but I can't find the key. I swear a lot in the parking lot, now people are running from me. I call my baby up on the phone, can you come rescue me? And I see that little smile on her face that says, what would you do without me? She is my sunshine on any stormy day. I don't have to wonder how my gray mood suddenly fades away. When my faith in my abilities slowly runs away, then she smiles at me, and soon I can find my groove today. I think there's an inner sunshine that she must exude through all the decades that have passed, through all the loss and gain. I'm glad I found the sunshine girl who can always ease my pain. I will try to keep her really close to me, so I can see the sunshine even when it rains on me. Thank you.
So what's the title?
Sunshine Girl.
Thank you, Wayne. That was a very touching song. Sunshine Girl, is that the title? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, let's see. Sue Beth Carlson, who often writes about light. I'm hoping that's true today, too.
Thanks, Donna. That's funny that you said that, because the first thing I wanted to say was that the sun isn't the only thing that shines, and it's wonderful to see everybody shining tonight. And also, last month, I shared a slideshow called Light Reflecting, and I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm going to be doing something about the serious side of sunshine instead of my lighter things that I often do. Whew. AI, anti-social media, Global climate changes of all types are feeding selfishness and hate with a toxic soup of existential threats. In my opinion, neither God nor any one of us is responsible for this distasteful recipe. We're given free will, and so we each add our own ingredients to the mix, which is continually evolving. We can dive into this soup with gratitude for what is learned from the bitter, the sour, and what is savored in the sweet, and for the exquisite flavor that comes as they combine. This is called Cosmic Soup. In case you didn't know, that was just the introduction. I do that. What a curious recipe freedom offers. The universe has set us free to add our own ingredients to the cosmic soup. Having been soaked in sea broth and chilled in the upper freezer, now ice melts, simmered in sunshine, this cosmic soup. We each add our own ingredients to the recipe, altering nutrients and culinary pleasure. And the salt affects the sweetness, and the bitter heightens the savor. One ingredient or change of measure affects the whole soup's flavor. And that was a new one. This is an old one. The sunlight can help us or blind us. It can melt our ice caps or power our freezers. It can burn us with pain or warm us with compassion. It's all in how we interact with it. This poem is called Global Climate Change. The sun doesn't shine the same anymore. It's hotter when it's hot and colder when it's not. What used to provide warmth, comfort, and beauty now burns that which was safe, scars that which was beautiful, and freezes out all sense of comfort from the world. Abundance in the fields dries out and withers. Searing heat clashes with catapulting hail as the twirling winds turn the exquisite nautilus spiral into a weapon of mass destruction. If only there were a way to harness the light from this strong sun and release it with care to brighten the night, then we would awake to a compassionate morning when kisses are bestowed lovingly from the lips of the new day's sun upon the delicate blossoming morning flowers as they find a way to drink nourishment from the rains of the evening storm. Thanks.
Thank you, Sue Beth. Cosmic soup, yum, yum. Let's open a diner, and your ticket to get in for Cosmic Soup is an open heart and an open mind and open arms. How about that? Wow. Yeah, let's do it. Served by ferry. Okay, well, believe it or not, the evening is almost over. So, sometimes it just zips on by. I've got one last poem. This is, I've never been a sun worshiper, as in, spending a lot of time outside. When I was young, I was very shy. I used to do a lot of reading in the house. Not that I never went outside, but never went out long enough to, burn. So this is a poem called Too Much of a Good Thing. And some of the ideas have been alluded to already in other people's pieces, so that makes me happy. Too much of a good thing. Beware heliotherapy, crisping skin like bacon, coddling cancer cells with the delusion our bodies are somehow invincible. At dawn, the day unfolds like pale pie crust rolling pinned on a dark countertop. Lemon yellow dapples and chalks the pavement. At twilight, crepuscular rays send fingers of light waterfalling through clouds. humming hymns of gratitude to the sun that fuels all life. But midday, the same bright eye of heaven, that gives us warmth and growth, has the power to violate ultraviolet radiation, malignant melanoma. And that's my poem. Thank you one and all. Now this edited performance, it will be edited, so if you think you made a floop, it'll be gone. Tony will make sure of that. It's shown on FCTV's Channel 13, as well as YouTube, as well as it can be viewed on Roku and Apple TV. Friends watching out there, if you would like to be a performer on Poetic license, please reach out to us and join us. We will welcome you with open arms and open ears. The next Poetic license is Thursday, August 24th, my parents' wedding anniversary. The suggested theme is Lost and Found. Lost and found. And those of you who like a heads up for the future, September's theme is going to be Friends. You can sign up by sending a text to our producer, Tony Sedera. By the way, Tony Sedera, thank you very, very, very much. His email is tony@fctv.org. Thank you, performers. We love you all. We love your courage to come here live and put yourself on the line here. It's wonderful. And until we meet again, you know, peace and shine on. Thanks, everybody.